they never get. That's the statement.
They've not gotten anything.
But you know the drama about this, that the media officer was on social media, was complaining that this was not protest, was a courtesy visit to the governor. But the players are saying this is not courtesy visit.
Either way, the players showed up
at the government house.
And they made the government
they went there with their training shirts.
And also,
the government is not aware that there was no appointment fixed for these guys to visit, say courtesy visit.
And they also went at a time when they were supposed to be training.
And this is the drama. How can you go on a courtesy visit when there was no appointment booked for you? But you can protest. You don't need to announce.
And you boycotted training
to
go for this particular.
Definitely.
So that's the drama. I think
the
earlier the better Dolphins resolve this issue quicker for them, because these guys are in the final of the Federation Cup.
And an interesting angle to this was that, remember the NMC abolished the payment of sign-on fees.
But,
I said,
but you know,
these players are saying that these are not for this season.
These are not for last season.
It's backlog that
the monies are being released. Well, the money has not been released, but the fact is that these guys has to be paid. And for Dolphins, these guys are in the final of the Federation Cup.
The most important thing is that their voices have been heard.
Their voices have been heard. They said they will give them feedback. They said they met a PAM secretary. But I say, by all the PAM secretary,
it's better to complain than to suffer in silence. Now that their voices have been heard, hopefully something will be done. But it's really sad, and that's the story of players plying their trade in this country. You hear things about players being owed salaries, sign-on fees.
Very soon, a few other clubs will go on courtesy calls to get their governors
and make someone hear their voice.
Yeah. Very courtesy calls.
Okay. All right. Nadi, what's the next?
One more story. The coach of Kogi United National League side, Abdullahi Bidemi Bifo, has been suspended.
Okay.
By the
for reasons.
Earlier this season, remember, Bifo was in the news.
It was in
Giwa.
He got them from the National League.
Will be the reason this time.
And of course, now he's at Kogi United. I don't know what's happening with that club. The last time they asked a coach to leave was Fatah Osho. He went to Supreme Court. This was the coach that came on, changed the system, brought some boys. They were doing so well, but one blip, they asked the guy to leave. Now this man has been suspended. You know, Nigeria, once you suspend a coach, and the coach is not in charge of that team,
you rarely return.
The fact is that the coach will start applying for other jobs. He start writing a fresh CV, updating his CV, and writing fresh application letters for other jobs. That's the story. Suspended. But we use suspension so that we don't make it as if that they have to leave the job to save the hype surrounding some of this club. But the fact that this guy may not come back.
Usually when people are suspended,
they don't come back.
They remain suspended.
That's in Nigerian football anyway.
Okay. All right. That's a bit. Well, for the guys, we'll be talking about the ladies shortly. We'll still be talking about things happening on the domestic scene. But in case you're not watching the UEFA Champions League, we'll be giving you updates, and let me reel out some of the results to you. Interesting results. Arsenal a goal up against Turkish side Besiktas. This is one I find surprising. Athletic Bilbao leading against Napoli 3-1.
Napoli actually scored first in the first half, but Athletic Bilbao have now pulled the proverbial chestnut out of the fire. It is 3-1.
And it's 90 minutes already.
And it's 90 minutes plus, actually. Okay. We're expecting the final whistle at any point in time, and as it stands, Napoli seems to be out. Bayer Leverkusen, unsurprisingly, decimating FC Copenhagen by 4-0. They had already won the first leg by 3-2. Ludogorets of Bulgaria are leading Stoya Bucharest by a lone goal. And Malmo FC, surprisingly for me, have defeated Victoria Salzburg.
Okay.
Red Bull Salzburg of Austria by 3-0. All
right, Nadi, before we allow you leave, any surprises?
Well, no surprises, but the fact is that we see the smaller teams on the fringes of European football in the Champions League.
All right, and from the local scene, anything you want to leave us with?
We'll wait for Cecilia to give us the other part of this.
Okay. Okay, all right, we'll go on a break now. I'll give you highlights from the 2014 Youth Olympics that was held in China. Then Cecilia comes on, joins us on the show to talk about what's been happening to the ladies. Join us again. Okay, welcome back. Well, we've made a switch. Dunade Okonta just left, and of course, we're now joined by Cecilia Omorogbe. Cecilia, let me welcome you.
Thank you.
All right, I think this is the first time we're having this kind of discussion after the girls won silver.
Yes, of course, yeah.
How does it make you feel? You were very optimistic.
Precisely. I think I give them the kudos because they did very, very well. You know, sometimes things don't just go your way.
Yeah.
You prepare so well, you put in your best effort. Sometimes luck will just desert you at the time you need it most, and maybe that was what happened to the girls on the night. Because for me, they were better than the Germans, especially at that 90 minutes. The first half we saw the misses, the second half was there. But that extra time, I think they were tired. I don't know what the Germans ate anyway. They were so tireless, and of course.
Let's talk about the business of the day and Nigeria Women's League. Some matches played today. You want to talk about that?
Just one game. Nasarawa Amazons and the Rivers Angels ended 1-0. The game between Sunshine Queens.
That was what I said too.
Yes, did not hold. Pelican Stars says, according to their director, said on the way to Akure, they actually had a breakdown, a vehicle breakdown, so they just couldn't honor the game. So it's been rescheduled.
So that's it. The Nasarawa Angel. Yeah. Okay.
Sunshine Queens and Pelican Stars. So it's been rescheduled for a later date. The date has not been fixed. Remember, most of them have games in hand and all that. Normally, we're in week 21, so we just have one more week to go. Okay. But the outstanding matches are so much that the league might just drag a bit till September. Who knows? We'll just take a look at the result, what happened at the weekend on the weekend on Sunday.
Take us through the results.
Rivers Angels beating Pelican Stars by 2-0. Nasarawa Amazons and Ibom Angels ended in favor of Nasarawa Amazons. I think they're actually picking up now. Oshun Babes and Delta Queens. Oshun Babes winning that one by 2-1. And Bayelsa Queens and Edo Queens, of course, Bayelsa Queens winning 2-1. And Sunshine Queens and Confluence Queens ended 2-0. And for Adamawa Queens and Taraba Queens, well, Adamawa, they're yet to settle. Now, they were supposed to be playing their home games in Gombe.
Okay.
In Gombe. But the problem they're having is they felt the pitch is really not good enough. And that's a pitch that has not really been approved. So most times their home games, usually don't hold. And for them, they played 10 matches out of. So where their mates actually have played close to 21 matches and got 21 games, they played just 10. And so that's
let's see. Okay,
of course the top four. You have Rivers Angels, of course, they're still top, and that's why the fact that they actually lost
18 matches.
After 18 games, they lost today. They are on 39 points. Oshun Babes are still second. Oshun Babes second, of course. Nasarawa Amazons third because of that win today, and Pelican Stars had to go down because they could not honor the game against Sunshine.
How about the bottom four? What does it look like?
Of course, you have Taraba Queens, Delta Queens, Bayelsa Queens, and Adamawa Queens. Adamawa, just like I said, the numbers of games they played, which is really, really not good for them. They played 10 matches, actually. But for them, well, it's not really looking... they played 14 games. Actually, it's not really looking good for them. And having just 10 points out of that 14 games that they played. And, of course, it's really not a good one. And the goal difference, you're seeing on your screen, minus 12. For Delta